Sponsored by EA. Let's spin the wheel to find out which fairy we'll be making today. Looks like we're going to be making Stella. Hey everyone, it's AlluringSimmer here, and if you're new here, then welcome to Planet Allura, and if you've been here before, then welcome back. Today we're going to be continuing our Let's Make the Winx series with our second last Winx fairy, Stella. Before we get into today's video, I just want to share that I am part of the EA Creator Program, and that means you can use my code AlluringSimmer when purchasing Sims 4 DLC. You can also visit my website AlluringSimmer.com/creator to see other eligible EA titles that you can use my code AlluringSimmer for when making purchases on the EA app. If you do use the code, I really do appreciate it because it helps support my channel. I'd also like to share, if you didn't already know, I have a Sims challenge going on that you all can participate in. Whether you like create a sim or building, there's something for you with this challenge. I currently have the hashtag Alluring Fairy Shell, where you can download my shell on the gallery. Gallery ID is AlluringSimmer, and you can make any fairy themed build using my shell and following the rules in the description. And if you prefer doing creative sim, then you can make a fairy of your choice, no CC, using the hashtag AlluringFairyCast when uploading to the gallery, and you might just see your fairy in my world when we start playing with the Winx girls. And whether you do a build or you create a sim, I'm hoping that I can showcase all of your creations in my world once we start this Winx Let's Play series. And now, as we get into the actual creative sim of Stella, make sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the other videos in this CAS series to see all the other Winx fairies I've created. This is the second last Winx fairy in the series, so stay tuned to see the final looks and rooms based off of the Winx Club, but don't worry, this will not be the last you see of the Winx girls. I have officially decided that I will be doing a let's play with these girls, so some things you can look forward to before we get into the gameplay with this series is obviously we have to finish the last Winx girl, which is going to be Bloom, since we're working on Stella today. I have to finish both of their bedrooms, and then I will be doing a cast video of all of their partners. So I'm pretty sure every single one of the Winx fairies has a boyfriend from my understanding. So I'll be making all of their partners, and then I'll also be doing a build video where we put together all of the rooms and create a home for all of them. In terms of the whole living situation, I'm still deciding how I want to do it. I might like split the girls into two groups so that way they can either live with their partners or with like a pet, for example, or I might do like an apartment style builds where each of them will have their own like space, but they'll be on the same lot. I haven't decided quite yet how I will be doing it, but I want to find a way to keep all the Sims in one space, or at least maybe in one neighborhood. And once all of this stuff has, been done in terms of the building and creating all the Sims, I will be waiting until the release of Enchanted by Nature, so that way we can use that pack with our fairies. And if you are interested in the new pack, then be sure to follow me on Twitch and stay tuned to find out how to enter the giveaway, courtesy of EA, for one PC or Mac copy of the new pack. And if you're planning on pre-ordering or purchasing the new pack, then consider to use my code AlluringSimmer when doing so. So as we've done with some of the previous girls, I want to get into the lore of Miss Stella here. She is the fairy of the sun and moon, and she truly brings the heat with her sense of style. Her birthday is on August 18th. She has the mermaid astrological sign. Her favorite food is chips, and her favorite color is green. I find it so funny how most of them, their favorite colors isn't necessarily something that they actually wear. But to be fair, one of her main outfits, she wears like a green top with green sandals, as you saw when I was making her everyday outfit. Miss Stella loves shopping and organizing slumber parties, and I think that's super fun since obviously that's a feature in the game now to throw slumber parties. So we'll definitely be doing a lot of that once we get into the gameplay. And for Miss Stella, her favorite pet are little puppies, and her best friends are Bloom and her boyfriend Brandon. And Bloom is actually going to be the last Winx fairy that we'll be creating. So stay tuned for next Monday's video to see how Bloom turns out. Stella also loves comedy movies, she loves designing outfits and creating new looks, and she loves hanging out with her girls. Her favorite kind of music is pop music. She loves shoes in every capacity, so we're gonna have to make sure we have a lot of shoes in her wardrobe and in her room. And her favorite subject is metamorphology. And then the last thing about her is that her favorite spell is the moon ray spell. And something that I want to keep in mind mind when I'm actually doing the gameplay is obviously I don't think they can be more than one occult type at a time. If there is a way to do that, then please let me know in the comments down below, because it would be cool if we could have like a fairy spellcaster and combine the abilities from Realm of Magic with the abilities and stuff that will be coming with the new pack. But if not, we will still find a way for them to live out their fairy magical dreams. Now, a little bit more about Stella is she's unfortunately a bit of a self-centered girly, and I did reflect that in her trait by giving her the self-absorbed trait. I was debating between that and the snob trait, but I feel like she's not necessarily full of herself in the sense that she thinks she's better than everyone. She just cares a little bit more about herself. But when it comes to her friends and family, she still cares about them a lot. She just tends to overlook things a little bit when thinking about like her own self. Stella is also a super optimistic girly, and she has a huge passion for fashion. As I mentioned before, she loves trying out new looks, and I think when I actually have her in the gameplay, I'll also be creating, you know, multiple outfits for each of the categories, not just for her, but for all the other Winx girls, so that way you won't see them in the same outfit all the time. I also hope to reflect her passion for fashion when we're creating her bedroom. I'll probably be adding a lot of little clothes piles, clothing racks. She's obviously going to have a dresser, a mirror, and whatever is actually apparent in her room from the show, I'll try to include some of those things as well. When creating her party outfit, that was probably one of the hardest outfits for me to do because I really wanted to have the sparkles, but then I also wanted to have a similar style. However, I didn't have anything that was like exactly the same as her look. I still like how it turned out in the end, but I definitely feel like I might end up downloading more CC to go and make their outfits just a little bit more accurate. Again, I don't want to download their exact outfits, which I'm pretty sure is available to just make them look exactly like how they look in the show, but I do want to see if I can find more like sparkly looks just to show off those kind of outfits that they have from the show. Another thing that's been really fun with creating all of these girls is the fact that each of them have like a slightly different color palette. Obviously, in terms of their style, they do have very similar looks, especially their fairy looks. I think I use these boots for almost every single one of them, but overall, like each of them having their own color to like, you know, make them unique in that way allows you to be able to easily see like which fairy is which. I still honestly cannot believe that this is our second last fairy and that we only have one left. I am still looking forward to making all of the guys, so that gives me another chance to make, you know, a few more fairies, because I'm pretty sure all their boyfriends are fairies as well. And then I will be looking forward to seeing all of your fairies that you'll be creating for the Create a Sim challenge. But please don't be shy, consider to participate. It's not a competition, it's really just a fun way for you all to get creative and share the different things that you want to make, either in build mode by doing the shell challenge or in CAS by making a fairy that I'll be able to tour and check out later on. Just a reminder that the due date for that challenge is July 26th, so you have a little less than a month to complete the challenge, and you can find all the details for the challenge on my website. If you go to AlluringSimmer.com/blog and go to my most recent blog post, then you will be able to see all the details of the challenge. I would also recommend reading through the entire blog post because it also shares some details of like content updates and just things regarding my YouTube and my Twitch channel. If you haven't already seen my video covering the gameplay trailer for the new pack, or if you haven't seen like the little cast previews of how we're going to be able to do the wings for the fairies, then I definitely recommend checking those out. One thing that I'm really looking forward to is the fact that we're going to have creative style kind of for the wings portion of the fairies. It seems like they work similarly to like tattoos or like making pets, where we'll be able to paint directly onto the wings. There's a bunch of different styles, and I'm assuming that in the future that CC creators will probably make their own variations of wings as well, which will give us a lot of variety when it comes to making fairies. So the wings that you currently see them with will probably change once the pack is actually released, as well as some of their outfits, because I do want to try and use the pack as much as possible. So just keep in mind that what you see now is probably going to change once we get access to all the items from the new pack. I do think doing it in advance though has been really helpful, because at least I have the base sims done. They pretty much have all their looks put together. What I want to do later on is just go in and add some of the things that come with the new pack, make changes if necessary, and same thing with the rooms that I've created for them. I definitely want to use a lot of stuff that is going to be coming with the new pack. If you haven't already seen the build and buy, then you need to make sure you go check it out, because it looks so good, so cute, so cottagecore vibes, and I feel like if you like cottage living, then you'll really like the items from this new pack. pack. However, as we get into the final looks for Miss Stella, including her swimwear, her hot weather, and her cold weather outfit, I just want to say this series has been so fun to do. I know that we still have one left, but I appreciate all the support that I've gotten on this series. I've noticed a lot of people have been really enjoying it. I definitely want to do more series like this in the future. So if there's any other, characters that you'd like to see me recreate, then leave them in the comments down below, and maybe one day I'll be doing that. And last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. It's free, it's easy to do, and it helps support my channel. And make sure to stay tuned until the end so that way you can see screenshots, and then comment down below what your favorite look was that I made for Miss Stella here. And also comment down below what you're looking forward to with this new Winx Let's Play. Are you looking forward to moving them in and seeing their house once everything's put together? Are you looking forward to seeing their new outfits once we get access to the pack? Or are you looking forward to like the gameplay itself, seeing what Enchanted by Nature has to offer, seeing the relationships that they form, and what comes from everything that we do. So thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.